Hi, I'm Arul Madhav, and this recording is part of the video submission requirement for the course Indian Economy and Policy. In this video, I talk about the economic realities of India's EV transition, why this is an pressing economic issue for the country, and what are its economic implication in terms of protection and unemployment. And also, I've drawn parallels to what has happened in the history in terms of policy mishaps and what are the measures we can take to make the country achieve its energy goals and become the energy superpower of the world. So, firstly, why is India's CV transition an economic challenge? This is because there are two critical factors that are being impacted by the EV industry. One being the imports, and the another being the unemployment rate of the country. So, first one is that India is highly dependent on China for the crucial raw materials such as lithium ion batteries, which make up to the 40% of the cost of manufacturing an EV vehicle. So, second one is job descriptions. So, more than 4 million people are employed in this sector, and whatever changes that will happen in terms of innovation or policy changes in terms of manufacturing the electric vehicles, all this 4 million people will get impacted. And import dependency is another factor to consider, like even further, because just by substituting one import for another import doesn't make sense for a country in terms of developing and achieving its goal to become the energy superpower while achieving the economic freedom. And also, high EV cost is another factor that falls on the heads of the consumer, because EV costs two times more than what a normal combustive engine vehicles would cost. And this coupled by the weaker charging infrastructure. In fact, we would want more than 10 lakh electric charging stations by 2030, but we are currently at only 12,000 charging stations. So this is also another factor that makes EV industry a most crucial economic problem for the country. So to draw parallels in the history, in 2010s, the Ministry of New Renewable Energies has reported to waste more than 1,800 crores by providing subsidies to the fake projects. Similarly, the faster adoption for manufacturing electric vehicles also been reported with misreported with sales numbers, and the subsidies were cut abruptly, making India an unattractive market for the foreign direct investment to come in for electric market investments. And in 2000s, the biofuel crisis happened when the subsidies were provided for jatropha crop cultivation, but the policy crashed like miserably because of no strong supply chain in place. Similarly, if the country kept on pushing the manufacturing and sales of the electric vehicles without considering the infrastructure requirement to operate the electric vehicles, I think we are set on a standard giant wheel in terms of electric vehicles market. The solution is to have a three-phased plan, starting by fixing the subsidy leaks and building the infrastructure requirements and making India independent of China for the battery requirements, and finally passing on the benefits of economics of scale to the end consumers. So we can draw inspirations from what has happened in Gujarat in terms of implementing the smart contracts, and also thinking about the alternative ways of like creating a battery for the electronic vehicles and extending the subsidies to the customers. So the challenge is to implement this three-phased policy or three-dimensional. First one being there is inconsistent EV policies across the states, and also there is not much of a cooperation between the center and the state in terms of charging the electric vehicle charging stations, and more than 50% of the workforce require training in EV manufacturing. This is also being impacted by the power deficits, which are rising the operational cost of manufacturing electronic vehicles. In terms of financial front, more than 70% of the EV purchases are credit purchases, and they are being charged with a higher interest rate compared to the normal vehicle purchase. So to tackle all these challenges is where the success of the country lies in terms of achieving the energy goals. With 50,000 crores investment and 10 million jobs at stake, only if the country learns from its past mistakes and devise smart subsidy plans and option for local batteries and create the infrastructure requirement, it can achieve the goal of becoming the energy superpower. Thank you.